Howdy, my name is Reagan, and today I'll be talking about my favorite artist, Cody Johnson. In my introduction discussion, I talked about that my favorite genre of music is country music, and a lot of that stems from the fact that I grew up riding horses, and when I started riding horses, I kind of felt the need to fit in, so to speak. I don't live in the country. I'm from the suburbs of Katy, Texas, and so to try and fit in, I kind of tried to pick up country music, and I actually really fell in love with it. And so I really started to get into country music, so much that I joined the junior rodeo committee at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and I have now been able to see Cody Johnson for the past 3 years at the Houston Rodeo. And my favorite part of those performances specifically are the fact that whenever he leaves, someone brings him out a horse, and he does ride a horse out. He is actually a team roper, in which is something that my trainer does as well, and my trainer actually called me like 3 months ago, and he was like, hey, you're never gonna believe this, like, I rode with Cody Johnson last night. So it's cool to me that he is from Texas. He is a Texas artist. He grew up in Huntsville. He grew up playing in small towns in Huntsville and around Huntsville and throughout Texas, and he wouldn't sign a label for a really long time. He was just kind of his own artist doing his own thing, but he did eventually go on to sign a label, and I know that he's lost some support from that, but I'm a loyal supporter. I'll always be here. But as I did mention, he's roped with my trainer, so it's cool to me that, like, not only do I enjoy his music, but I feel like we have something connect to outside of just like his music. And so yeah, so he additionally, like I said, he grew up like playing in small towns or whatever, in bars and this and that, and he does play at a back to school bash at A&M every year, which is where I go to university normally. And so I didn't get to go my freshman year because I was like, I didn't know anything was going on. And like my sophomore year, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then my junior year, this coming year, is not looking like it'll happen. So I'm really hopeful that he'll get to come back my senior year. But so circling back to the Houston rodeo thing that I talked about, he actually wrote a song last year for the rodeo. And it is my favorite song that he's put out because it talks a lot about like agriculture in Texas, and it mentions things like 4-H and FFA and things like that I didn't grow up doing, but a lot of my friends did, and it's something that's like near and dear to my heart. So to like specifically mention those in a song by an artist I love in a genre that I could listen to the most was super cool and fascinating. So here's a little clip of it.
It's a Houston tradition, 4-H, FFA, and go Texan. And you can bet, son, it's gonna be around a long, long.
Yeah, so that was a song he actually wrote specifically for Houston Rodeo, and if you listen to the whole thing, you'll get the whole Houston Rodeo vibe. And then I additionally work at Typhoon, Texas, which is a water park in Katy, and we are very big on like being Texas friendly and howdy and things like that. And so every morning we like have the same playlist that plays throughout the day. So it's like the third song on our playlist every morning is Diamond in My Pocket by him, which I'll play a clip of in just a second. But it plays before like anyone really gets in the park, and so I get to like start my day jamming out to my favorite song at work, and it just like makes my day better. So I just really enjoy Cody Johnson a lot and his music. But here's a clip of the song that I just talked about.
Front row, baby, there's a shooting star. That one's for me and you. So hold me tight.
Lastly, I'll go ahead and cover how he's kind of handled quarantine. So actually, the Houston Rodeo, I've talked about it a bit, but anyways, so I'm a volunteer there, and so I have like passes to go to the concerts, and so it shut down on Wednesday, March 11th, I think. He was supposed to play that Thursday, and I was set up to go see his concert, and I didn't get to see it, and I was like really upset because I was like, wow, if this had waited like 2 days, I would have got to see him again. He's my favorite artist, and like he was the only concert that I was like super looking forward to all of the rodeo, and so that was super disappointing. But what he started doing instead was he started doing like online concerts. So he would like get on, it was normally on Thursday nights, and he'd get on Facebook Live and he'd just like play some music for us. He covered some new songs, which was really cool. And then he additionally has like taken in some like benefit and fundraiser concerts like with other country music artists, and they've like raised money and taken donations to like donate back into 4-H or to buying the livestock that kids couldn't sell at rodeo and things like that. So I just really enjoy Cody Johnson. I think he's really passionate about Texas and about agriculture, which is something I agree with, as long as I just really like to listen to his music. So thanks for listening.